So, I'm going to back this up, guys, because we're going to have to get to the nitty-gritty here. All right. So, the first method that I'm going to talk about is called Fifo. The first method I'm going to talk about is called Fifo. And Fifo is an acronym. Fifo is an acronym. And again, we are practicing the perpetual system. Fifo is an acronym. Fifo means first in, first out. So what are we saying? The first thing that you purchase is going to always be the first thing that you sell. First thing coming in is the first thing going out. So when you take this list, look at this list in my hands. Watch this. Bam. This list is in my hands now. Pay attention to my hands. When you take this list, and all that happened in chronological order, and you trying to find out where do you start selling from, the top or the bottom, where does cost of goods sold start from? Cost of our goods sold start from under FIFO, the top. Why? Because that's the first stuff came in, so that's the first stuff going out when we accounted for cost of goods sold. Always start at the top under FIFO when you're accounting for cost of goods sold. However, when we're focusing on what's left, what's in ending inventory, when we focus on what's in ending inventory, where do we start from? Under FIFO, the bottom. Why? Because everything we selling is going out from the top, so what's left is what? At the bottom. So that's the train of thought with FIFO. Okay? So, before, I'm going to bring this over here now. Before we go to calculate FIFO, we need to address a couple of things. And this has to be addressed before we do any calculation. First, we need to find out the goods available. First, we need to find out the goods available. How many goods do we have available at the beginning, at the entire period? How many goods do we have available at the entire period? Goods, same thing as units. How many units do we have available within the entire period? What will we have to do to find that out? You always add your beginning inventory to all of your purchases. And that will tell you how many units you have available, right? We started out with 10. We made a purchase of 4. That gives us 14. Then we made another purchase of 5. That gives us 19. Then we made one more purchase. That gives us 20. So we have 20 goods available. The next thing you need to realize is how many goods did you sell out the period? Goods sold out the period. How many goods did you sell out the period? How are we going to do that? Very simple. Add up your sales. Add up your sales. 7 and 6, we have a sale 1, sale 2. Sale 1 was 6 units sold. Sale 2 was 7. That gives us 13. So, we know we sold 13 units. We know we started out with 20. We could use logic to find some other component that we need. If I started out with 20 and I sold 13, that means I have what? 7 left in my ending inventory. I have 7 left in my ending inventory. How do I know? Because I started out with 20, and if I subtract what I sold for the period, that tells me I have 7 units left in the inventory. Now, moving back to FIFO, what our object of the game is to figure out of those 13 units, in this list that I sold, how much did they cost? Where were they coming from? Were they $2, $3, $4, $5? Who knows? Right? Of the 7 units that I have left, how much did they cost? So now you can see what we have to do. And so FIFO tells us what order should we go in to find all this stuff out. And so what I would suggest you do is always calculate cost of goods sold first. And since we're doing the perpetual system requires that you break every sale down individually. So we have 2 sales. And what we need to do is find out where those sales are coming from individually. Sale for sale. Perpetual system, sale for sale basis. Sale for sale basis. Or should I spell it out? Sale for sale basis. So we break the sales down. Okay? So FIFO, first in, first out. The first thing we're going to calculate is cost of goods sold. And I'm going to start with the first sale. So my first sale, because I'm doing cost of goods sold, I need to find out what I sold. My first sale is how many units? 6 units. My first sale consisted of 6 units right there. And so what I need to know is, as of this particular sale on the 3rd, where did it come from? We have 2 choices. It could have came from beginning inventory, it could have came from the purchase. Do we have these as choices? No. Why? Because this didn't occur yet. We are now dealing with the 3rd of the month, and the 4th didn't happen. So the only places that my sale of 6 units could come from is before that. So we're practicing FIFO, and we are right here. And FIFO tells us the first thing coming in is the first thing going out. So for these 6 units that's sold, where will they come from on this list? They're going to come from the very first thing that we had, the very first thing, which is beginning inventory. Now, we have 10 units in beginning inventory. But how many units are we looking for right now? 6. We're looking for 6 because we only sold 6. So all 6 units were sold at a cost of $2. Now, I'm going to subtract that to see how many more I have to look for. How many more do I have to look for out of that first sale? None. We straight. 0. We good. So we said out of this first sale, all 6 of them came out of the beginning inventory of 10 units at $2. So I'll move on to my next sale. Next sale, how many units were sold? 7. Are we concerned with the 20? No, that's the selling price. We need to find the cost of them. So 7 units were sold. We're still practicing FIFO, guys. Still practicing FIFO. First in, first out. So we're right here now. We're on the 5th of the month. Where will they come from? Where do they have to start from? The top. Very good. And so do we have any left from the very top? We do. Because we only sold how many? 6. So how many out of this sale is going to be coming from beginning inventory? The remaining 4. Right? We sold 6 earlier. So there are 4 left. And so now we're about to make 7 sales of units. And so we have to start from the top. And we have 4 left. So 4 at 2. I need to subtract that from 7 because I'm still looking for how many more units out of the 7. I'm still looking for 3. That's why I'm subtracting that. So we need to ask ourselves, where will those 3 units come from out of this particular sale? Will it come from beginning inventory? Absolutely not. Why? Because we sold everything out of beginning inventory. So what's the next thing that came in first? This purchase right here. Your very first purchase on the 2nd. How many units do we have? 4. How many units did we sell? 3. So 3 units were sold at a cost of $3. We subtract that and realize we were finished looking for our sales. Now, how many units do we have left in this batch if we sold 3 already? 1. Okay? So we're about to calculate our cost of goods sold. All we have to do now is multiply and add them up. So that's 12 plus 8 plus 9. That's 20, and that's 29. So this is your correct answer, class. $29. So the cost of our goods sold under FIFO is $29. $29. So we're halfway home. Now the next thing we have to do is calculate our cost of ending inventory. We have to calculate our cost of ending inventory. And so we know how many goods we have left in ending inventory because we already calculated it over here. See? We always are going to sell 13 units, and we always going to have 7 left regardless of the method that we choose. So we still have 7 units left in ending inventory. So now we're still practicing FIFO. We're going to look for ending inventory. And how many units are we looking for? 7. Back to my inventory list to remind you, when we're figuring out FIFO, first in, first out, now we're looking for ending inventory. Ending inventory always starts from the what? Bottom. Because we're selling everything out first. So we have to start from the bottom up to account for these 7 units that we did not sell. So the first unit that we did not sell, working from the bottom up, will be the first purchase. We didn't touch that. That was at $5. We're going to subtract that to get 6 more to look for. And we're working up, right? We're working for what units we have left. Did we sell anything out of this purchase of $4? No, we didn't. We didn't touch anything. So we have 5 units out of this purchase of $4 that we didn't sell. So all 5 of those are still there at $4. Now we're looking for one more. And for those who are paying close attention, where's the one more? It's the one left in this purchase. We sold 3 of those. So we have 1 left in ending inventory at $3. So that 1 is going to be left at $3. And now we can calculate the cost of our ending inventory. 5 plus 20 plus 3. And that'll give us 28. Might need to bring out a calculator in a minute. But yeah, that's 28. So the cost of our ending inventory is 28. The cost of our goods sold is 29. This is FIFO.